Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine and I'm a degree apprentice and I am studying electrical and electronics engineering. So what are my current roles and responsibilities? So I'm going to start with one that you might not expect, which is writing code. Even though I am an electronic engineer, actually we do a bit of software as well. So there's a picture of me there working on a piece of software that I was making for a test system. What was also designed in building that test system and in other parts of my job as well is the design and the building of hardware. So again, you can see me working on that test system there. So a big part of my job is carrying out investigations. I work in a department called technical support. And what that means is that when products that we've sold to our customers go wrong, they come back to technical support and we have to fix it and find out what the problem is. So as you can imagine, there's quite a lot of testing involved. When we get products back, we need to work out what's wrong with it. And finally, I think this is worth mentioning, you actually do end up doing quite a bit of written work, which again, engineering I think is thought of as quite a practical job, but I'd say that actually maybe only 60% of my job is practical. Obviously, it does vary between different projects that I'm working on and different days, but I would say there is still quite a large proportion of my job is to do with writing documentation and also reading and researching other people's documents as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my academic journey just quickly. So when I was in secondary school, I was interested in engineering and I knew that I wanted to perhaps pursue it as a career. And again, luckily, I had a university technical college in my local area. Now, this is like a special college or school that is for people that want to go into engineering, construction and design. Towards the end of my time at college, I was like, yep, definitely I want to do engineering and I want to do a degree apprenticeship. So I applied for lots of different jobs and I finally was successful and I got a degree apprenticeship at Edwards, which is the company that I currently work at. So now I'm going to talk about the recruitment process for apprenticeships. So again, I can only really talk about my apprenticeship, but I can also give a bit of an overview for other ones. So the way that I applied and the way that probably most of you will apply is online. It's the best place to find a wide range of apprenticeships in lots of different sectors. And I would personally recommend the findanapprenticeship.gov website. Super easy to use. I would definitely recommend it. And it's what I used for my applications. There's a few different things that they'll ask for. Mostly they want to see your CV. So you want to make sure that your CV is as clean as you can get it and it's truly displaying all your talents and all your experience. And also tests. You have to do quite a few online tests. So once you get through the online application stage, I was invited to an assessment centre. And an assessment centre is basically a day of activities where the company invites you into their site, or now with COVID, they would invite you to a virtual assessment centre. And the point of the assessment centre is for the company to see how you interact with other people. What they're trying to work out is if you would fit well in their company and if you communicate well enough with other people and work in a team well. For example, one of the activities that we did during my assessment center, which was super cool, is that they got us to make a saltwater motorbike. So they gave us all the pieces and we had to cut them out and fit them together. And they'd taken a page out of the instruction manual, so we had to kind of use our brains. And they wanted us to see how we would work as a team to try and get these working. So once I had been invited back from the assessment centre, once they had seen how we all interacted with each other, they just wanted to invite us back for a final interview. Now, in my interview, I was asked to present something. I was asked to do some research about a product that Edwards makes and present that to all of the managers. Again, they want to see what your confidence is like. They want to see what your research skills are like. They want to see what your presentation skills are. How are you going to deliver this to the managers? How are you going to carry yourself? And how are you going to speak? And then, of course, as with most interviews, they ask a lot of questions. So they want to know, they'll really kind of go back to your CV and dig in deep and ask you about your experiences, ask you, oh, in this certain situation, what would you do? How would you tackle that? So they're really just trying to get to know you and see if you're the right fit for the job. So now I want to talk a little bit about why I think apprenticeships are great and why you should consider them as an option. So one reason that apprenticeships are great is that it is an almost guaranteed job. The reason that it's almost is because not 100% of apprentices get a job after they finish their apprenticeship. But I believe the percentage is 90% or higher, which is a huge percentage. This was especially important for me because I love engineering and I really wanted to make sure that I would have a job in it. And the problem with going to university is that lots of people that I knew went to university, got their degree, and then couldn't find a job. So I chose to do a degree apprenticeship because I knew that I would have a practically guaranteed job at the end of it. Especially with my company, our job is guaranteed at the end of our apprenticeship. Financial independence. This is something that was really important to me as well because I wanted to move out when I was 18 and have complete financial independence from my parents. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely look into an apprenticeship. And finally, the experience in industry, I think, is absolutely priceless. I think this is my favorite thing about it. I really enjoy the working environment. I love the colleagues, my colleagues that I have around me. They're all so helpful and supportful. What I really love is that you can apply what you learn at university in the workplace and vice versa. So the learning there is much deeper than I feel would be the learning that I would be getting if I was just at university and I was just doing theoretical work. And finally, I just want to give a little bit of advice to you of what I would recommend as you're going forwards through your careers. The first thing is don't underestimate the workload. So I know that I've just said that apprenticeships are great, but the one thing that I think is a real challenge is the workload. So it is really important that you are sure that you are committed to the job role that you want to go into, and that is the career that you want to pursue, but also that you're willing to get organized and make sure that you can stay on top of the amount of work that you're going to be getting. It's not that difficult, but it is a big factor that I feel like I should let you guys know before you just think, yeah, I'll just go and do a degree apprenticeship. And the last one is just be yourself. And this is true even if you don't want to do an apprenticeship. If you're listening to me talk and you think, nah, actually, I just want to go to university, that's, the path that I want to take, then that's completely fine. It's just really important that you stay true to yourself, true to what it is that your interests are, what career that you want to take and how you want to get there. Just be yourself and the right opportunities will come along and you'll find yourself on the right career path. And on that note, I wish you all good luck. I hope that this has been useful for you and that it's maybe put you on the right track, maybe told you about something that you haven't heard of before. Yeah, I really hope that this has been helpful and I hope that you will all find the right career path for you. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.